Oh, no, no. It is exactly 4:39 p.m. Central Time. What is it? Daylight time or standard time? Standard time, probably. Which is what we do with all the hours and everything. Oh my god. My stove is going to be the wrong time for the next year. Do you believe that? Oh my god. There's nothing I can do about it. I better get the government to do something about my stove. She's giving me the wrong name. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, wait. Excuse me. What happened? I was listening to it happily. Oh, yeah. All right. Everything is so dusty in this fucking place. I gotta get me a woman. Get in here and clean it. Hey, Doug. Douglas Edwards is in the building. Good to see you, sir. Hope you got your car fixed or whatever you're working on. Oh my god, I got the sniffle. I think I'm catching a cold, so I won't be able to go vote because I've got the sniffle. Is Tom Lauder here as well? Hello. It's not like Phil Collins. Oh, anyway, we're here. Well, because I've got some beer that I just went and bought, and I thought we'd do like a video or something. Oh my god, we got to do something for Kamala Harris because she's not gonna win. I mean, oh god, imagine if you were that guy. You think about it. Well, yeah, I was coming over your channel, Brandon, and oh my god, I only did 6 hours today. I'm such a pussy. I'm voting for Kamala Harris because reasons. Tim Walz, he's so sexy. Whoa, what did I say? See, I have the sniffle, so I can't vote for Trump. So sorry, I guess she's gonna win. Now we talk about elections. Erections are the most important thing and the most obviously the safest thing you've ever done in your life. Everything is perfect. Of course, if unless Vice President Harris loses the election, then it's the worst fucking thing. The Russians, the Cubans, aliens, and evil KKK members and racists, you know, get prepared for that because it's coming. Right? If all indications are that we gonna have ourselves President 47 be the Donald Trump down there at the barbershop. We're gonna get him down there at the barbershop. So it'll be an interesting day if that doesn't work out. I mean, it's not the end of the world, right? Yeah, I mean, obviously people have their say, but what happens if, let's just say if, what if they polish a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So the Secretary of State of my adopted home state of Colorado, she did an oopsie. Oh, oops. I didn't know that would happen. I mean, God. Secretary of State, Jenna Griswold, I didn't vote for her, by the way. Because obviously I hate women and I'm a Nazi. So why would I? Excuse me. Somehow, through the scrutiny of microscope after microscope, all eyes being on the election, not just on the Republican side, the Democrat side. Everyone's looking at this. So you'd think I don't know, cross your I's and dot your T's and polish your knob a little extra just to make sure everything was going to be up and up above the table so no one can question legitimately. Maybe you can't have Donald Trump, can't have this person. Hey, we did everything. Here's the thing about that. No. Not so in Colorado because not only did the Boulder Mafia Institute all ballots are mail. You mail them in. There's no place to go to cast a vote on Election Day in Colorado. You got to mail it in. And, well, how do they count those ballots? So, of course, they have the some system. And apparently, Secretary Griswold apparently done fucked up. Of course. Everything's perfect, though, in our election system, ain't it? Yeah. Of course it is. Jesus Enrique Rosas, the body language guy. Go.
What is this topic about? This is Jenna Griswold, the Colorado Secretary of State,
Oh.
who has recently been involved in a situation where her office inadvertently, imagine that,
just accidentally just gave away the passwords to all the voting machines. Come on. You know how it is, those Excel files and shit. You just never know if you have hidden columns and, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Happens to us all the time, don't it? All the time. Normal occurrence. Don't worry about it. Had nothing to do with anything. No, of course it doesn't. Why would it?
Partial passwords for certain election equipment components on the department's website. It was a spreadsheet on the Colorado Secretary of State's website contained a hidden tab with partial passwords to some parts of Colorado's voting systems.
God almighty, it's impossible. It's impossible. Because our voting system is pure as a driven fucking snow. Gonna have to go get another beer, I think. So, Secretary of whatever, Jenna Griswold, another goddamn communist, because that's all you have in Colorado these days. My adopted home state, beautiful, colorful Colorado. I like it. Let's listen to that again. Go ahead. Evidently,
for certain election equipment components on the department's website. Password. Secretary of State, who has recently been involved in a situation where her office inadvertently, imagine that, posted partial passwords for certain election equipment components on the department's website.
Now, Secretary Griswold, it may have been a complete and total accident. Shit happens. You got hidden stuff, spreadsheet. I get it. No, I mean, I'm not saying she's being evil or malicious here. But since mistakes do happen like this, should we trust our system? 100% for absolutely. Per as a driven snow. No. There could never be anything happening in our election system. Well, unless Kamala Harris loses. Then, of course, it's all fraudulent and Donald Trump and Nazis and aliens and shit came down from Uranus. Right?
As a spreadsheet on the Colorado Secretary of State's website contained a hidden tab with partial passwords to some parts of Colorado's voting systems.
See, now, what if you gave out partial password? Well, we got to have a 10 character password with uppercase, lowercase. We got to have a special character in there. Well, what if you get 9 of those given to you for free? Let's see. You have a 1 in 256 chance of finding the other one. I know. Oh my God.
This is something that can happen to anybody in 2000s. But not now. Like in 2001, maybe you had a password like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like that. But
or 7, 8, 9, 10. I got a character. Okay, I'll put a caret in there. Oh no, you can't have a caret. You can only have percentage and an and. Point is, if you give enough away, give enough of the password away, it doesn't take that long for the hacker boys, them wherever the hell they are down in New Zealand or whatever the fuck. Germany, Russia, to figure out what the fucking password is. Now, I'm not saying Secretary Griswold, Jesus, wasn't that the vacation people? The Griswolds? It was.
Right now, no, this is not something. This is what I don't like about digital equipment, all this stuff with machines for voting. Why we need paper ballots, same day voting, ID, all that. But
see, no, if you go for the extended ASCII key set, that's 512. So you would have to sit there as a hacker in China somewhere, and you would have to create 512 different passwords. Ooh, well, that's a hard day, isn't it?
I guess that the people who make the laws in the United States know more than the common sense of.
Actually, no, they don't. They're fucking. Okay, hamster. Go get another beer. Go ahead, Jesus.
Latino who escaped the socialism in Venezuela, but I don't know. I think that should be fixed at some point. So people were requesting this analysis with so much, urgency because of the subject matter, which is urgent right now. But we need to know if what does her body language say. So let's take a look. Why I cannot hear anything?
Be very
okay. Now I have sound.
Oh, listing your house on the market isn't the only way to sell your house. Selling to us is much faster, easier, and way.
Shinobi Juan Kenobi, live from Duckwan, Australia. Or is it New Zealand? He's one of those places. Who knows? It's the same thing, isn't it? Shinobi Juan says, in the future, they will ask, what caused Civil War 2.0? The answer might be, oh my God. Look at this misogynist son of a bitch. How dare you? How dare you? Oh my God.
More convenient. Want to know how? If you need to sell your house for any reason, click the link in this video to see if my offer is right for you. We make the process of selling your house easy.
I have to admit, though, Shinobi Juan, even though you hate the women, they do make great real estate salespeople because obviously, they're pretty and all that. Hey, go ahead.
There we go.
Hello.
To be very clear, we do not see this as a full security threat to the state. This is not a security threat.
Of course you don't see that, ma'am, because you're fucking brain dead and you don't understand how computer security shit works. Now, I'm not expecting everyone to know this. A lot of people don't. There's passwords and their hash and there's this and there's fucking that. What I can tell you pretty easily. Okay. Do you know what an ASCII key set is? Oh my God, hamster, stop with that language, you evil son of a. Okay. Extended ASCII, I believe, is 512 characters, right? And so what you do is you raise the number of characters you have to the power of 512, right? That's the number of passwords you would need to punch into the system to find the right one. Now, if Governor Griswold here happened to release 7 out of, say, 9 digits in their password, you see what I'm saying? 2 to the 512. Well, that's still a lot of numbers. Yes, it is. But it's better than 10 to the 512. Yeah. We're getting somewhere. Go ahead.
Frequent media interviews warning of the insider threats to elections. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security defines an insider threat as somebody who uses authorized access wittingly or unwittingly to do harm. Did the actions of your office pose an insider threat to elections?
Okay, the first thing that I noticed, and the first part when she was saying to be very clear.
Oh, you know what? I just discovered on my computer here. It's World Jellyfish Day, in case you were wondering. So I have a jellyfish and peanut butter sandwich.
She's trying to emphasize with her words. She's trying to use her words to emphasize what she says. But
I mean,
I saw a couple gestures, facial emotions of
now. How much you want to bet that I bet Colorado doesn't have the latest 256-bit encryption on their voting. I'm just saying. It'd be pretty easy to get in there and hack it. You have a Python script. Just, well, here's the deal. Generate a password. Let's see, if you have 2 digits, 512 and 512, do that. It's 10,000. Go ahead. How long do you think it would take for some guy in New Zealand at the, what is it? The ostrich farm or whatever the fuck it is down there to be able to figure out the password? Wouldn't take long now, would it?
Disgust. Notice that she has her face quite relaxed right now.
Look
It's
at her.
quite neutral.
I'm so sad that we gave away 9 digits of the 10-digit passwords. It's terrible. Nobody can ever hack in it, though. It's the best and most secure election ever in the history of the fucking country. Of course, it was Kamala doesn't win. Now, there are pretty good indications that Vice President Harris, Madam Vice President, is going to win Colorado by a large margin. It's like, God damn, people. Colorado used to be independent. They used to be kind of like, fuck the system, all that. You got the Boulder Mafia. You got Weld County over there. You got El Paso County down in Colorado Springs. There used to be a bit of fuck you to the system. Not anymore. Unfortunate.
But as she begins to speak,
To be very clear, we do not see this as a full security.
you know that this is.
Of course you don't, because you wouldn't understand what that means, ma'am. Nothing against you. No, most people don't understand the whole fucking security thing. The 10 to the 512, it's foreign to most people. It's not something to be ashamed of. But here's the way you can, get around this. I don't understand it. You don't have to. Don't release the passwords, because that'd be a bad thing. No matter what the fuck you don't understand, don't include them in a hidden column on a fucking spreadsheet that you mail out to Colorado residents. That would be a bad idea.
It's like a bit of a laugh. There must be a name for that when you insert a very quick laugh in between. Now
in Obi-Wan Kenobi, Duckwan, I bet you're one of those fucking hacker dudes, aren't you? I bet you could cook up a Python script that can zip out all those passwords and then make it go to the thing and then figure out which one's the right one and then spread it all over the whatevers, right? You seem like one of those guys, Mr. Duckwan.
That thing that you insert in your voice, she did that like it was a joke. Like, are they joking? Something so serious as a password for a voting machine?
Full security threat to the state. This is not.
And that eyebrow raise, is a bit
Don't worry
out of
about it. It's fine. No one has ever hacked into our election system ever, except when Donald Trump, the Russians and the Chinese and the aliens, but this one's going to be the best ever. No possible way anyone's going to fuck with this election. Don't you know? Unless, of course, Harris doesn't win. And we got a problem. No.
Left field. Let me see. I'm going to try to.
Security threat to the state. This is not.
Yep.
You see it?
Security threat to the state. This is.
If by some chance, by some miracle, if by some alien intervention and God comes down and says, Colorado, you shall vote for Trump. If Trump wins Colorado, it's not going to happen. Let's say it happens. Trump wins Colorado. Do you think this little oopsie is going to be forgotten? It's the most fair. You fucking think that? If Trump comes out ahead in Colorado, 99.999% unlikely, but say it happens. Do you think little Miss Griswold here, you think everybody in the fucking world is going to be saying, what the fuck did you do? Harris was supposed to win, and you gave the fucking passwords out. Now, Harris wins as expected. Nobody's going to say a fucking thing, are they? Well, Harris won by, 400,000 votes. El Paso County went for the evil Nazi, and so did Weld County over there, maybe Grand Junction, but the rest of the state, perfectly in the thing with here's your votes. Here's your 9 electoral votes. No one's going to say a fucking word. Do you understand how this works? I think you do. Lord Black Eagle is in the building. Fly on, crazy baby. Do it. Do it.
Yeah, she says security threat, and she, there's no security threat in here, and there's that subtle eyebrow raise. Again, it doesn't mean anything in itself, but
I remember when she ran, though. She has beautiful eyes, but apparently it has no idea about fucking cybersecurity or passwords or anything like this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because Harris is going to win. What if she don't?
But it's interesting that she doesn't do that all the time. We saw like 20 seconds of her speaking, and she did not do it. But when she says the word security threat, she does that and raises her eyebrows. So
We're going to have ourselves a blue ribbon committee up there in Denver. God damn it. We're going to figure this shit out. We're going to go up to Aspen and say, well, how come you fucking Boulder Mafia didn't find? Oh, my God. If Trump happened to win Colorado, the Boulder fucking hippies, those peaceful love people up there, they march on fucking Denver and burn the goddamn place down if Harris doesn't win. They will burn the fucking Front Range to the ground. Now, I'm not saying they're going to do that. I'm just saying there are going to be a lot of pissed off fucking communists if Harris doesn't win Colorado. And if she doesn't, who is going to be answering the questions? This woman right here.
An emotional reaction in there. So there's even if she's trying to make her face be neutral, there's an emotion in there.
But I mean, the thing is, though, why would you even bother with this fucking shenanigans in Colorado? Why would you release accidentally most of the passwords to all the voting machines in Colorado? Why would you do that? Well, I wonder if it has something to do with internal polling. We know El Paso County's going for Trump. Weld County's going for Trump. A lot of other counties out in the hinterlands are going for Trump. Maybe they know something we do not, and so they need their steel. Do you think?
State this is not a security threat.
You do frequent media interviews.
It's not a security threat, really, Miss Griswold, Secretary Griswold. So why don't you post every digit of your password to your bank account except for one? Is that a security threat? Is it? Just curious.
Warning of the insider threats to elections. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security defines an insider threat as somebody who uses authorized access wittingly or unwittingly to do harm. Did the actions of your office pose an insider threat to elections?
I see her blinking rate is more or less the standard. Let's see her blinking rate.
Another little vixen that has no idea what she's talking about. But she's communist, so elect her.
Right. I hadn't noticed that when she's speaking at the first part. This is why you have to watch.
Mr. Hemi 4-Speed is here. Kamala 2024. Okay, man. I guess you've been waking and baking for like 12 hours, bro. Maybe you should. Justin Trudeau, because he's a good-looking dude,
yes, a couple times. Her blinking rate is way up. It's like more than one. I would say that 2 every second. So yeah, she is actually very distressed.
Seraphim is here. Hello, Seraphim. Good to see you. Old friend, you need to come by more often because I miss you. I miss you, man.
She's actually very nervous about the topic. So she's.
No, you're thinking.
She's actually nervous about talking about this.
You're thinking of Michael Obama there, Mr. Hemingford.
U.S. Department of Homeland Security defines an insider threat as somebody who uses authorized access wittingly or unwittingly to do harm. Did the actions of your office pose an insider threat to elections?
Oh my, well, we didn't give the whole password away. We only gave one digit away. Oh my God, you people are fucking Nazis and shit. What do you think? Oh my God. The fact that they think people who vote for Trump wouldn't be able to figure that one out. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here, Vern. Let's see, 512. We got the whole ASCII. Yeah, we can come up with 512 passwords and then hack into the motherfucking system. No?
No.
No. Absolutely not.
So we're in the final stretch. It's coming down to this after years of waiting to take back our government and make America great again. This is it. Whatever you can give. Kamala is a disaster. She won't do what's right. She's not going to do what's right. She hasn't got the ability to do it. It's not going to happen. So whatever you can give, this is it. If you have the money, do it. And if you don't have the money, don't even think about doing it. Live your life and enjoy it. You'll have plenty of time to contribute to campaigns. But if you do have final stretch, let's do it. We're going to make America great again. Thank you.
Can I get a free hat or something? For fuck's sake, can I get something? Can I get some kind of doily?
Okay. She said, no, we have this cut.
No.
If you do or you don't, it's no pressure from me. Thank you, Lord Black Eagle. I appreciate it. Who are you going to vote for, Lord? Is it Trump?
It was a very abrupt cut, but I don't see anything. The problem is the cut. It was so immediate. We couldn't see what happened after that.
I mean, again, it's not necessarily nefarious on her part. She intentionally released these passwords. It's probably some fucking communist grunt. She's probably an intern from CSU or something. It's like, oh my God, Excel. It's so patriarchal. I mean, point is, if you're the Secretary of Elections or whatever she is, bottom line is in your fucking in your desk. You control this shit. You were elected to control this shit. Remember that? For a few years ago. Remember that? I didn't vote for you, but you were elected. Along with Jared Polis and the rest of the Boulder Mafia.
I think
in 2021, when Mesa County's voting system passwords leaked, your office said, quote, the public disclosure of the BIOS passwords for one or more components of Mesa County's voting system alone constitutes a serious breach of voting system security protocols. By that,
actually, I think I'm going to vote tomorrow there, Lord Black Eagle, because we had early voting in Missouri. I didn't know that you could go vote. I think I might go down there tomorrow and lodge my vote for goddamn Donald fucking Trump. Oh yeah. Whoa, that's a little loud. 47th president of the United States of America, Donald J. fucking Trump.
Standard. Did your office commit a serious breach of voting system security protocols?
Thank you, Farrell. I appreciate that. Don't waste your vote on a 17th party candidate like myself. Vote for Trump. Do it. Mr. Hemi, just come across the border from Canada, go into Michigan or whatever. You don't need no ID there. You don't need no stinking ID, bro. Just walk in and say, yeah, what's your name? 4-speed. First name, Mr. Hemi. Do you have an ID? No. Okay, come on in. Vote for your favorite candidate. And Mr. Hemi be saying, yeah, but is there like a weed store near here, eh? Yeah, sure there is. No problem. Mark your ballot. We'll get you fixed up with a little bit of morning buzz. You know what I mean?
Notice that her face is neutral right now, but right at the start, when he was like making the second case.
2021.
She's got this place. I don't know. Yeah. I wouldn't say that this is duping the light. I wouldn't say that this is duping the light. There's what I do know is that this is not a genuine
Mhm.
smile. If you look only at the eyes, you see that the eyes are devoid of expression. This is how you spot a real smile.
Mhm.
The mouth wants to do a smile. I have also told you that remember that the left side of the face is usually more expressive than the right side. And in this case, we see that the left side, which should be a bit, more intense, is quite flat, while it is the right side, the one who raises. So no, that's another clue that this is not a genuine smile.
Mm.
So she's either nervous or something else is happening.
Or she's a communist. There's that.
We know that she's trying to act cool about this.
She's so cool.
But I don't know how would she.
Oh, but it's just one. We gave all the passwords except for one digit. It's perfectly fucking safe.
Really do that.
Breach of voting system security protocols.
Well, to push back on you, Kyle, that sentence is in the press release, but there is a much bigger press release. And part of that investigation in Mesa County was.
No, I mean, the only question would be, Madam Secretary, have you changed all the fucking passwords? That's it. Have you changed all the passwords? You had some monkey from CSU or fucking Denver go in there, some 18-year-old kid, change the fucking passwords. Have you done that yet? No? Well, that's odd. Why would that be? Yeah? I have no idea. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine.
2 sets of passwords, unauthorized access, stolen passwords, and it was in a different time since 2021 and what happened in Mesa County.
But did you change the passwords? Madam, did you nuke the fucking passwords in the vote counting machines and change them? Did you do that? Is this fucking idiot going to ask? Not Jose here. This news fucking person. Did you change the passwords? I'm going to guess this bonehead doesn't bother asking that question.
Our security has improved, including the 24/7 hour cameras, including the.
Yeah, well, it kind of got fucked up when you give the passwords out. I know.
Badge and access.
The problem is she's talking about 24/7 security and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is that a huge breach in security.
Did you change the passwords? Ms. Griswold, Secretary Griswold. Did you change the passwords? Oh, we got 80 counties in Colorado. We just can't. Did you change the fucking passwords? Simple question. Simple question.
It can happen only by just having people or careless people handling the information. If you just leave.
It's a bunch of horseshit. We all know what the fuck is going on here. Do we not? Well, we got this government process where we got to get the governor, Jared Polis, the goddamn communist, part of the Boulder Mafia. He's got to sign off on this shit to change. Did you change the fucking passwords? The answer is no. Isn't that convenient? Isn't that convenient, people? Oh my God. If I weren't living here today, if I were I were living 50 years ago or 50 years in the future, I'd be going, what the fuck? What? You released the passwords for all the voting machines in Colorado and you haven't changed the fucking password yet? Oh, God. Of course they won't, because everything is fine, people. Just toke on your legal weed over there in the great state of Colorado. Smoke it up, bro. No problems here. Unless Kamala doesn't win, then we've obviously got a fucking problem. Mark Dice.
Amendment 2,
Go.
saying legalizing sports betting is a no-brainer.
Yeah, I'm not going to legalize sports betting. I've had enough of this shit. We got enough debauchery, degeneracy. We need to get fucking people off of these fucking addictive things. And gambling is an addiction.
Will a $239.99 trailer haul all your lawn stuff the same as a $399 one?
Yeah. Harbor Freight?
A 15 cubic foot trailer is a 15 cubic foot trailer.
Okay, well, all right. Harbor Freight works. Go ahead, Dice. Tell us why we're all fucked up.
In these final few days of this monumental election, which will determine whether or not the country lasts a few more days or whether we could possibly restore it, Donald Trump is out on the campaign trail bringing his message of how we can do that, while Kamala Harris is rolling out new celebrities every day in order to try to dupe the mentally enslaved masses into voting for her in what is an obvious fake and synthetic campaign versus an organic, authentic. Let's take a quick look at some of these buffoons and their lies. Sadly.
But it's Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's Han Solo. It's Indiana Jones. Here we go. He lives in Montana with his old lady, too, by the way. I'm sure he's going to vote for that other fucking communist up there.
One of the latest is Harrison Ford, Han Solo himself, Indiana Jones, who came forward for the first time to endorse a presidential candidate to spew these lies.
The truth is this. Kamala Harris will protect your right to disagree with her.
Oh, in what universe, Han Solo? Is that the Parsecs? I made the Kessel Run. What universe are you speaking of? Han. I mean, I love Harrison Ford. He's a great fucking actor. Although he's kind of like, there's always a Harrison Ford. It's kind of like, Robert De Niro. Whatever role he's in, there. Yeah, obviously it's just maybe a little bit, right? It's okay though. I mean, that's why we love these people. They're doing a great job. But come on now, Harrison. What are you talking
about? Policies or ideas. And then, as we have done for centuries.
Which is why she literally led the charge to have Donald Trump banned from Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Oh, speaking of that, Jenna Griswold, the blue-eyed lady we just talked about, she also wanted to get Trump removed from the ballot in Colorado. Oh, you didn't know that. You don't remember that one? Oh, yeah. She wanted to get Donald Trump's name removed on the ballot. Oh, there's nothing there. This is just normal shit. Don't worry about it. And amen to the Colorado Supreme Court that said, what the fuck is wrong with you, Jenna? He qualified according to the state laws. He's on the ballot. Oh, you can imagine. You can imagine that the I'm not implying anything, but if I were kind of an evil person, I would imagine that the Supreme Court members of the Colorado Supreme Court might be losing their pets at some point. Arrested for rabies. Have you heard that? I'm sure you have. Go ahead.
Back in 2020.
Senator Warren, I just want to say that I was surprised to hear that you did not agree with me that on this subject of what should be the rules around corporate responsibility for these big tech companies, when I called on Twitter.
Is that Pocahontas? It is. Oh, my God. Sitting back, smoking some weed by the creek trying to fish for, a little food. Some of us might say, I think Elizabeth Warren would be a lot better than this one. I know. What's the matter with you? Well, what do you say?
To suspend Donald Trump's account that you did not agree, and I would urge you to join me, because here we have Donald Trump
exercising his First Amendment rights on a social media platform that was designed to be the public town square, which you called for him to be banned from.
Look, I've been voting for 64 years.
Is that right? I've been voting for 40 years. So you got me there, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Never really wanted to talk about it very much. But when
Yes.
dozens of former members of the Trump administration are sounding alarms, saying, for God's sake, don't do this again.
I mean, that's the thing with Harrison Ford. There is no one that has ever said Harrison Ford is a fucking prick. He's hard to work with. He's the nicest dude. And I don't understand. Harrison, you're married to what's her face from the one show with the lips. Harrison, you don't have to do this. You didn't go at there's no tape of you at the Diddy party. Come on now. Here we go.
You have to pay attention.
Just like when they said that the Hunter Biden laptop was surely Russian disinformation, right?
Oh, yeah.
Do you own your own home?
Yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm sorry. Han Solo. Han Solo. Remember that whole thing with the Russian disinformation? Remember that? You're listening to the same people telling you that Trump is a fucking Nazi. And he's going to take away your right to speak your mind. He's going to take away your wife's right to get babies sucked out of her vagina.
Home in Missouri and are still paying for electricity, you could be missing out on free government assistance to go solar. Most people don't know this, but in 2005, the federal government passed the Energy Policy Act. This federal law granted everyday homeowners access to thousands.
Excuse me. Does anyone believe this is true, or is it bullshit?
Leonardo DiCaprio, whose head mysteriously continues to grow and is approaching the size of a beach ball, also endorses Kamala because he is a fake environmentalist.
Oh, okay. Again, Leo DiCaprio, people like them, him, it. Well, what is his identification? I'm a they, them at this point. Oh my God. At least Harrison Ford says, I'm a fucking dude. All right, I'll give him that. Go ahead.
Earlier this month, Hurricanes Helene and Milton devastated parts of Florida, Georgia, and North Carolina.
Yes, and because the Biden administration wasted all of FEMA's money on illegal aliens, they really didn't have the resources to help those people.
Yep. But Trump is evil and a Nazi and Hitler. And he hates Jewish people. And he hates Muslims. And he hates black people. Go on, Leo. Tell us all about it.
Families lost homes, livelihoods, and loved ones to some of the strongest Atlantic hurricanes ever recorded.
Yeah.
These storms have done an estimated $100 billion in damage. And make no mistake, these unnatural disasters were caused by climate change.
Now they're unnatural disasters. Which reminds me, whatever happened?
Leo. No, it's caused by Mother Nature. They're not unnatural. It's Mother. Oh, fucking A. Is Rusty Rivers here? He's down in hurricane land down there in Mississippi. And he goes down to the barber shop all the time. It's not an unnatural event. It is the earth doing what the earth does. Sometimes she gets pissed. It's unfortunate. Now, are humans adding to the pissing? Maybe. But we don't know that, right? There were hurricanes. Remember the one in Galveston? Remember that one? 1903, something like that. Wiped out the entire island. Well, wait a minute. That was like 140 years ago. Was there all that natural gas and shit going on down there? Yeah, get down in the barber shop. Head down there.
Happened to the supposed hole in the ozone layer that they were fear-mongering us, Gen X.
We did that. Yes, Freon's bad. We took Freon out of the equation, and no one fucking knows, and no one fucking cares what this new Freon is going to do to the atmosphere. They don't give a shit. It's only been like 30 years. this shit that we're using now for Freon might fucking destroy the world. We don't know, and they don't care. It's amazing, isn't it? Excuse me, Leo. Do you suppose the sinking of the Titanic was due to global cooling? You son of a bitch.
Was about back in like the late 80s,
Just asking
early
the
90s,
question.
was going to destroy the planet. Seriously, in the last 25 years, have you ever heard any of the climate change alarmists mention the supposed hole in the ozone layer once?
Climate change is killing the earth and ruining our economy.
Exactly. What does Jason Long say? Jason says, Leo tells you to live without electricity, but he goddamn, for sure is still flying around on his fucking jet. No, not for me, but for ye. These fucking people. Oh my God. Are we still on the air? It's amazing.
We need a bold step forward to save our economy, our planet, and ourselves. That's why I'm voting for Kamala Harris.
So you've tossed your private jet out the window. You don't have a lawnmower anymore, Leo. You don't have a SUV. You're going to ride a bicycle from now on to go to your movie sets and shit. Are you fucking kidding me? So I hear you're going to get some Chinese guy to drag you in a rickshaw. Isn't that kind of racist there, Leo?
Well, that's all we need to know. You, sir, are a moron. But not anywhere as big of a moron as Seth Rogen, who loves weed more than Joe Biden loves sniffing children.
I mean, I like, Seth Rogen's funny. This one's hard for me. Same with these other two guys. They're really good at what they do. Acting. They're good. But it seems they have a brain fucking aneurysm when it comes to common sense. But go ahead.
Hi. So Kamala Harris was just asked point blank what her thoughts on weed are. Let's listen.
Mm-hmm. Is that all you care about, Seth?
Listen to what she said.
I just care about weed. Wow, that sounds like a single issue voter. Excuse me, Seth Rogen. Remember that movie you were in? Knocked up.
I just feel strongly people should not be going to jail for smoking weed.
That's pretty much the stance of virtually everyone in this country now and has been for decades.
Yeah.
And
Donald Trump has said he wants to legalize the devil's lettuce. So I wonder if Seth Rogen has a different agenda.
You were actually the one putting them in jail when you were Attorney General in California.
Historically, what that has meant and who has gone to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because it's been disproportionately affecting black people. And by the way, nobody goes to jail for smoking weed. People go
right. Dealing weed, yes.
Go to jail for growing weed or selling weed.
I mean, I think that's ridiculous too. If you want to grow some weed for yourself, so what? I don't have a problem with that. Is Camel Toe Harris going to say, oh, no, it's fine.
But not for smoking it. So, of course, she had to make it into a racial issue because it's not just about decriminalizing it as a safer alternative than alcohol.
It's the evil weed,
It's because too many black people went to jail for selling drugs.
Kamala Harris was the first major party presidential nominee in history to have ever called for weed's legalization.
That'd be a no, Seth. You should pay attention. You should try that again.
If we want to see weed legalized at the federal level, we have to make sure Kamala Harris wins and Democrats get control of Congress.
Yeah, well, here's the deal, though. Donald Trump. I mean, there's no point. Donald Trump is, it doesn't matter. We hate Donald Trump because reasons. Because he hates Jews and he hates people and black people and all that other bullshit. None of it is true, Seth. But go on, be a single issue voter. I care about weed. Now, you're a multi-millionaire, right? You've been in successful movies. You're a fun actor. You write stuff. I mean, you've been very successful. Now, tell me, Mr. Rogan, you can get weed anytime. Isn't it legal in California? Now, if it's not legal in California, don't be blaming Trump for that. Talk to Governor Newsom. Do you understand how this works, sir? Talk to the governor of your state and the legislature and go there and advocate for the weed. But I think it's legal in California. How could it not be? Come on now. Come on, Jesus, go.
I'm sorry, but you really got to be a moron if you are a single issue voter and your issue is legalizing weed. Which, by the way, I actually think it should be fully legal. I mean, half of the states have it legalized.
Jason Long is here. He cares about weed and not really. Well, I mean, he's occasionally funny. I mean, you know, nobody's going to give this guy a job unless he. Well, okay. I think I stand corrected. Thank you, Jason. Maybe somebody would.
Either medically
I'm saying,
or recreationally. So this is a long overdue policy. But again, Kamala's trying to make it into a racial issue, trying to pander to the black people. Perhaps the most cringeworthy endorsement of all came from the Avengers, who put together.
God. But I mean, isn't marijuana legal in California? If you want to smoke the hooch, isn't it? And if it isn't, why not? And why beat on Trump for that? It'd be Jason or Justin Newsom or whatever the fuck his name is, the governor of California, and the legislators there. What the hell is this? I assumed it was legal. I mean, it's legal in Colorado, legal in Missouri. Here down there, jumping over them. So, I mean, I guess if California doesn't have their legal weed yet, maybe they should talk to the governor. Trump had nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying?
This propaganda piece.
Hi, you guys. Hi, Avengers.
Hi. Hey,
Thanks for
Scarlett.
jumping on the call.
Whoa. I think you mean...
I mean Scarlett Johansson. Let's be honest. Oh, yeah.
Assembling. Assembling. Sean, that's pretty good. No, that was funny.
Scarlett, it is our pleasure.
Funny to who?
To come together and to get the...
I mean, that's the thing, though, with, you know, actors in movies, Scarlett and this woman, Don Cheadle, you know, Robert De Niro Jr., whatever his name is. We love these people. They do such a wonderful, you know, job in movies, right? Superhero movies, whatever movie, right? Doesn't make them the spokesman for reality. I mean, Scarlett, I'm sure, lives in the Hollywood Hills somewhere. That's not the real world. It's not it.
Vote out this election. Come on.
Yeah, how can we be of service?
Well, how about we start with what our voting plans are going to be, who we're going to bring to the polls with us, that sort of thing. Just
No, how about we stop seeing celebrities as experts in everything and instead just view them as good old-fashioned entertainers instead. MSNBC interrupted their regularly scheduled propaganda to bring their viewers this breaking news. Once a guy who bounces a basketball around decided to endorse Camel Face.
Huge news breaking moments ago. If you're a fan of excellence on the court and democracy in general, NBA superstar LeBron James has announced his endorsement for Vice President Kamala Harris.
Huge news, they say.
LeBron James. All right. Well, good for him. I mean, obviously, we have free speech in this country. And we have the right to be stupid as well.
Bounces the ball around and has an opinion, and it's breaking news.
Being an independent financial advisor isn't always easy.
That's why Commonwealth is with you every step of the way. We partner.
Will Ferrell and this fairy decided to embarrass themselves by donning these loud white men for Kamala t-shirts and then attempting to do a supposedly funny man on the street bit.
Hey guys, it's Billy. I am back on the street with the one and only Will Ferrell, and we are out here today to represent a very important voting demographic, loud white men for Kamala Harris. So you ready, Will?
Are you ready for the cringe? Because it gets even worse. Brace yourselves.
Again, let's let's try not to conflate someone who's really funny. I mean, Elf is one of my favorite movies. With Will Ferrell. I love it. Well, that doesn't mean he's very smart when it comes to stuff. He obviously has the right to be an idiot if he wants to. That's the American way, man. Talk about the union guys. Talk about people who put tops on bottoms. Talk about not being able to afford a fucking house. Of course, Will Ferrell doesn't know anything. He doesn't know about that. Right? He's a big superstar, and good for him. God bless him. Tell me about when I go to Walmart or Schnucks, it cost me $24 fucking dollars for a quart of olive oil. And then tell me how that is good. Now we're going to support the same fucking thing. What's the matter with you people? I mean, I make a lot of money. Right? I make a good salary. It's way up in the six figures somewhere. And when I go to Walmart and I see or Schnucks, and I see a quart of olive oil is $24, it's like, what the fuck is this? Imagine somebody working for minimum wage or $10 an hour, and they want to get some, kids some healthy food, right? We're going to make it healthy. We're going to put olive oil in there. We're going to cook it. It's impossible. Tell me how you're going to fix that, Will. Tell me how Kamala is going to fix that problem. Where you got a mother or a family somewhere in St. Louis, and they work their asses off for fucking 30, 40, 50, 90 hours a week to bring home some money so they can support their family. And a quart of olive oil is $24. Do you understand? That's more than 2 hours of their labor just for olive oil. Are you with me, Will? Well, but that's not a real thing because Trump's evil. He's a Nazi.
Sir, we're loud white men for Kamala. Join the call.
Join the call.
Hell yeah, I'm in. Yeah, who are you voting for?
Kamala Harris.
Yes, exactly. Have you voted yet?
Mail-in ballot.
Oh, mail-in ballot. Sir, we're loud white men for Kamala. Join the call.
Yes.
Yes.
I support Kamala.
Yes, that's not that loud, but louder?
Oh, louder.
Yes.
I support.
Seems like there's a lot of evil white Nazis here supporting Kamala.
Kamala.
Louder!
I support Kamala.
Yeah!
Then, of course, there's Robert De Niro, who you can barely see over the podium here because he forgot to wear his platform shoes, which he always wears on set of his movies so that he can be boosted by about 3 inches.
I mean, Will Ferrell. Okay. I'm still going to watch Elf at Christmas because I think it's a wonderful movie. He does a great job in that. Yeah. Sue me. I don't know. Bob Newhart is in there. Come on.
Just so that people don't realize that he's only 5'4". Perhaps the most pathetic endorsement came from Rick Steves, who is best known for his PBS documentary series, where he travels all around the world to various different countries, hangs out with various different cultures. They're very well done, which makes this endorsement.
Riggs is here, so he's filling up his shitter with shit. You evil bastard from hell. Of course you are, because reasons.
All that much more sad.
Hey, I'm Rick Steves. I'm in Berlin. I'm standing in front of the People's House here. That's the Reichstag.
So you already know it's coming.
And Berlin is so steep in history, and you got to be thinking of their nightmare with fascism. And Hitler was elected to their parliament. And
not exactly. No, he never got the majority in the Reichstag. Live your fantasy, bro. Live it.
He was part of a coalition, and his party was in the minority, but he ended up legally becoming the chancellor and then the dictator because he just wanted to be.
Okay, well, you redeem yourself, sir. Go ahead, Canadian.
For a day.
Oh,
There's a handful of people in here who opposed Hitler, refused to do the proper salute, refused to kiss his ring and wear his uniform. And these are the Kinzingers, the Liz Cheneys, the Mitt Romneys, Charles Schumers, and so on of German democracy in 1932.
Now, excuse me, mister. He's absolutely right on his history. Hitler never did get the majority in the Reichstag, but he got enough of a vote where Hindenburg or Bismarck, yeah, you're the dude, right? And then, of course, there was the other stuff that went on. He became we know that. That's given. So thank you, sir, for giving us the real history. Now, here's Liz Cheney. What are we going to find out about this?
Speaking of Liz Cheney, her father, Dick Cheney, Darth Cheney, also endorsed Kamala. Who?
Oh, yeah. By the way, the the spectacled, this guy. Hold on. This guy, 30 years ago in 2020, was it 30 years ago? 24 years ago? God damn. 14 years ago. He was the same dude. And I think he was right, in my opinion, denouncing Bush and the Cheneys for this war in Iraq where we killed millions of Iraqis. So again, he's got something right. I guess he forgot about that. Look at that. Liz Cheney.
And so on of German.
Suddenly she's good.
Democracy in 1932.
She's right. She's right.
And speaking of Liz Cheney, her father, Dick Cheney, Darth Cheney, also endorsed Kamala.
Darth Vader.
Who, for years, the left...
it gets even worse. George Bush's kids. Yeah, they're out campaigning for Kamala. Gee, I wonder why that is. I have no idea. Maybe somebody could help me understand why that would be.
Wanted indictment. Enforcement, all that much more sad.
Hey, I'm Rick Steves. I'm in Berlin. I'm standing in front of the People's House here. That's the Reichstag.
So you already know what's coming.
And
here come the Nazis.
Berlin is so steeped in history, and you got to be thinking of their nightmare with fascism. And you know, Hitler was elected to their parliament, and he was part of a coalition, and his party was in the minority, but he ended up legally becoming the chancellor and then the dictator because he just wanted to be dictator for it.
I mean, call me crazy, but Germany looks like a really nice place. Look at that. Look at the beautiful sky there. That's a beautiful building.
And
oh wait, if you appreciate the aesthetics of Berlin, you're a Nazi. God.
Berlin is so steeped in history, and you got to be thinking of their nightmare with fascism. And you know, Hitler was elected to their parliament. And
now, sir, I would like you to tell me what was the Nazi Party called? Can we give him? I think it was something like the National Socialist Workers' German Party. Did you get that? National Socialist Workers' Party. Oh, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
He was part of a coalition, and his party was in the minority, but he ended up legally becoming the chancellor and then the dictator because he just wanted to be dictator for a day. And there was a handful of people in here who opposed Hitler. Refused to
but I want you to
do the proper salute.
Excuse me. I want you to tell me, what does the NDSAP stand for? I'll wait. National German Socialist Workers' Party.
Refused to kiss his ring and wear his uniform. And these are the Kinzingers, the Liz Cheneys, the Mitt Romneys, Charles Schumers, and so on of
National German Socialist Worker. And was it NSDAP? Whatever. They were fucking socialists. National German Workers' Party. Socialist. And you want to do what? What are you saying? We should do the same thing? And then this time it'll work better?
The German democracy.
Really?
In 1932. Charles Schumers and so on of the German democracy in 1932.
National Socialist German Workers' Party. Just saying.
And speaking of Liz Cheney, her father, Dick Cheney, Darth Cheney, also endorsed Kamala, who for years the left wanted indicted for war.
I mean, can you believe that? Darth Cheney, who was they're right. He was the evil fucking warmongering motherfucker. Go into Iraq, kill 1 million people. Collateral damage. Really? Really?
Crimes for his involvement in.
And now here we go with the evil spawn of Dick Cheney.
Getting us into the Iraq war based on lies. But now they're celebrating him as bravely breaking away from the Republican Party. Now they're very sad that George W. Bush also hasn't endorsed Kamala. At least not yet. We'll see what happens over the next couple days. You never know.
Give me some insight in what it took for your father to make a similar decision and why George W. Bush has not.
Because he got paid off by somebody. Is this a fucking secret? Because he got paid off. That's why. Oh, almighty.
Well, it was not a difficult decision at all for my dad. He has been.
As soon as he heard that President Trump was against foreign intervention in getting us involved in pointless wars.
I mean, I mean, it's crazy that we might have a president who doesn't want to get involved in I don't give a fuck a stand somewhere. It's crazy. I think Liz Cheney here, she just wants to get involved in them damn goddamn wars. Now, why would that be? Does anyone understand that? Why would that be? I would guess her donors are big fucking defense contractors who make their money from going and killing other people with their weapons. You think? Yeah. Why am I getting... God.
And Dick Cheney got really upset.
Absolutely, I would say, as concerned for maybe even longer than I have been about the danger that Donald Trump poses. And I can't explain why George W. Bush hasn't spoken out. But
excuse me. Ma'am, excuse me. When you say Donald Trump is an evil threat, you mean he's an evil threat to your buddies who make missiles and fucking ammo and war shit to go and blow other people up. Because they make money off of that, right?
But I think it's time, and I wish that he would.
But thankfully, comedian Ricky Gervais.
Thank God, Donald Trump, he's not that. So we can't have that, can we? How many billion guys, maybe Moon's here as well, guys and a woman, how many billions of dollars are at stake if Donald Trump becomes president? There's no wars. We don't want to fuck with other people. It's like, hey, come on. But you get Kamala Harris in there, who is being led by the Cheney coalition. We got to get out there. We got to spend more. God, how much fucking money have we sent to Ukraine? How many arms? How many XYZ? Now, I'm just tallying that in my head here. Wait, let me get the calculator out. $400 billion of shit to Ukraine. Now, I don't think it's a bad idea to help Ukraine, but $400 fucking billion. Seriously. Donald Trump says he's going to sit down with Putin and Zelensky day fucking one. I believe this guy. I believe him. And I hope when he's elected, he will stop this bullshit. Same in Gaza. We don't need to be killing each other. It's ridiculous. Go on.
Gervais issued a statement in the wake of these celebrity endorsements saying this.
Hi guys, Ricky G here, wellness and beauty influencer. As a celebrity, I know all about stuff like science and politics.
And I know Ricky Gervais is gonna. This is gonna be a comedy.
So trust me when I tell you who you should vote for. If you don't vote the right way, that's like a hate crime. It makes me sad and angry, and I'll leave the country.
Yeah,
and you don't want that.
The funniest part is these celebrities are making it seem as if they're risking their career and they're being extremely brave. They're putting it all on the line to endorse the same candidate that all the other celebrities are endorsing. Being brave means supporting Donald Trump, which can and does easily end one's career. But we don't need Hollywood celebrities because we have average, ordinary Americans like you. And if you're one of those people who thinks that the system is so rigged, you're not going to vote anymore because you voted in 2020. And
of course, Hulk Hogan is a Nazi. Oh, God, it's almost too hard to handle. All right, let's read a few comments. Can I get back to the comments? Donald Trump is going to win the presidency on Tuesday. And these ridiculous people. Oh, I'm gonna go to Canada. I'm gonna go to fucking Thailand. I'm gonna go to fucking Burma. Well, we're waiting, aren't we? Scarlett Johansson, didn't you say that about the 2016 election, dear? Didn't what's her face? Some comedian? I don't know, Chelsea something. I'm gonna move to Canada if Donald Trump is like, why the fuck aren't you there then? It's all bullshit. We all know that. Even the left knows that. People voting for Kamala Harris know that. It's nonsense. Vote for Donald Trump. As if I have any say. Vote for who you want to, but I'd vote for Donald Trump, and we'll collect ourselves together and see what happens. But you're going to vote for the other one. I mean, that's your right, obviously. But I think you're wrong. You're right. I think you're wrong. All right. Time for lunch. Wait a minute. What time is it? Time for supper. Arvero is here. Good to see you. There's only one way to go, guys, in my opinion. Now, my opinion doesn't mean shit. It's my opinion. Donald Trump, 47th president of the United States. We don't need this other bullshit for right now. Maybe we can talk about that in a few years. But right now, we need a strong man with a big old fucking balls and a big old dick there to come in and take care of problems. That's what I think we need. Anyway, you might disagree. Put it in the chat. You're always welcome here. If you're going to vote for Harris, that's fine. God bless you. Good luck. But Trump's going to win this one. I think there's very little question about that. All right, boys. Thanks for coming by, Jason. Good to see you, Jason. Next time, let's do some more. All right. See ya. Bye.